All right, with this West 2 Facebook Live update, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi. Going to be an active couple of days here, beginning overnight tonight, on into Friday, and even on into Saturday before things begin to clear out as we head our way on into Sunday from north to south. So again, a lot to talk about, a lot to go over. I would ask many of you good folks to just go ahead and share this Facebook Live feed to your friends and your loved ones as we try to get everybody in the weather know. Let me go ahead and just kind of push this over to a couple of our different pages that we manage with Facebook Live, and then go ahead and get into the thick of things here, so to speak, with regards to our severe weather threats overnight tonight, Friday, and even on into Saturday. A lot of folks have reached out to me wanting to know, has the timeline changed? Has the timeline changed? It really hasn't, except if you live in Marion and Flagler counties. It's a little bit different story up there, and I'll explain what that means here for you in just a second. All right, so there we go. That is what we are talking about now, and we'll get right into this. So here's the deal. Here's what's going on. Mary Richard, good to have you. Thank you for popping on in and saying hi, by the way. We have this storm system here that is cranking up, and what it's doing is the main energy, even though it's this far to the north, there's a little secondary impulse with very strong winds coming across the tail end of that front, and that is going to work our way after midnight and during the day tomorrow, and then another little impulse will drop on in as we get you into Saturday. So again, a very active time frame here as we go through the next 48 hours. So there's a little clip of energy, the little new tornado watch just north of Marion and Flagler counties. That is going to scooch just to the north and east of us. You take a look now at these lines of storms, and you can clearly see we do have a nice little line right in here that's going to go by to the north. Now, that's not to say that we won't get any action north of Orlando tonight, but the main action, the main energy will ride east during the morning hours and on into the afternoon. So it's going to be kind of a 1-2 punch, and you can kind of see here real quickly. There's the first wedge. This one's going to clip us tonight, and then this bigger wedge here is going to follow a few hours later, and that is going to run into some better heating as we get past sunup, and that is what's going to cause, we believe, a pretty significant weather day here as we get you on into Friday late morning and then on into the afternoon. Tom Barb Drab, good to have you. Perler, Laurence Cox, Kathleen Rossin, good to have you. All right, let's take you through this now. I want to show you the radar out of Jacksonville, and you can clearly see the lines of severe weather all along this line here. Tornado warning there coming in off of the northeastern Gulf. We have a tornado watch that is in effect now across the northern sections of central Florida, just north of Flagler and Marion counties. There's a look in right there, and you wait for that radar to come on up, and you can kind of see what's going on. Marissa Cortez, Matt Kutlow, Karen Kustra, good to have you guys in here. Helene Rich, no, already taken this there. Oh, Sarah Loriano and Tina Owetting have just popped in. So we take a look now. This is the Jacksonville radar. We take a look at what's going on here, and you can see just out of the range there of, so there you go, got a little bit of weak rotation in there, southwest of Dowling Park, all shooting to the east here. And these storms, by the way, they're moving close to 50 miles an hour. So on that trek there, heading over towards Lake City. Brittany Seitz, good to have you. Abby Fallon, Vic Getchell, and Carly Deems. Clear through about 7 a.m. I'm going to go over that time frame here. I mean, I think we'll get a little bit of energy in there, but I think the real good stuff won't arrive until mid-morning. And here's what I mean by that. So there's the line dropping south, mid to late morning there in Brevard. And then you can see a big cluster there. Just look how it sits over I-4 and Interstate 75, then works back towards the south and the east on into the evening hours. So again, a big push of wind and rain there. Certainly appears to be setting up shop as we go through the day tomorrow. In fact, you take a look at the latest RPM forecast. Cabin fever, Kathy Reagan, bring on the rain. I think there's going to be plenty of that. based upon the new model runs and what we're seeing here. You can see off to the west, anywhere from 2 to as much as 5 inches of rain on the north side of the Tampa Bay area. You shoot back towards the east there, and you can see rainfall amounts of 1/2 inch to about 1.5 inches. Karen Furtado, good to have you. It will not rain all weekend. No, I like Sunday. It's getting better. It looks like a scary line. Carrie Hill, the line is still forming. Hasn't really truly come together yet. And what I mean by that is, here's a look how fast that's moving. That was my show at 6:30. It's already gone probably 100 miles. So when you take a look up here, the tornado watch is just north of Flagler and Marion County. So this line is going to plow on through. Now we're going to watch just south of there to see if it has any impact on Ocala and Palm Coast. That will be coming in probably around 11 o'clock. So when we're on the air at 10 and 11 tonight, we'll be focusing in on that little cluster of storms out here as it works to the east. Even though the tornado watch is north of Marion and Flagler, we're still going to watch it for some gusty thunderstorm winds through Marion and Flagler County. Titusville's watching. Charlene, good to have you. Sammy Quinones, Jojo Hernandez. So there you go. Let me walk you guys through this. So we do have the severe risk through 8 a.m. Scattered severe storms, Ocala, Palm Coast, Daytona Beach, the Villages, Bushnell, Orlando, and Sanford. And then we're going to do it all over again during the day tomorrow. That'll be extended because that front's going to be kind of sitting overhead. Tornado outlook, again, a 5% chance in the beige color there throughout the day tomorrow. Saturday is not an all-day washout, but when it does come down, you are definitely going to know it. Guys, if you don't mind sharing the Facebook Live feed tonight, that would be absolutely fantastic. Would appreciate that. A 15% chance of damaging winds over 58 miles an hour. The hail threat overnight tonight and Friday morning is going to be about 10%, a little bit higher up to the north. So there you go. And then as we take a look at the impacts through daybreak and through Friday, strong winds high, severe winds medium high. Tornado threat is low, 2 to 5%, but and the hail threat is at a medium range. Mary Evans, good to have you. I'm in the green, says Carla. Ethan Allen, good to have you. Robin Ford, Stephanie Rawl Stewart. What type of winds? Orlando, definitely going to be in the 40 plus, and if they become severe, 58 plus. Thank you, Lula. Appreciate that. Vicky Tedlock has shared. Vicky, appreciate you doing that for me. All right, so again, timeline. So the timeline is kind of tricky. I think the timeline, noon to 4 a.m. is for the first wave, and then the second wave comes in around 4 o'clock in Marion County. We'll go over the RPM Futurecast here for you in just a smidge. 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. along I-4, and then 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. over into Brevard County. That's for the first wave, and then another one comes in during the afternoon. So there's Futurecast, you can see right there. This one's a little bit slower there with that second wave with the new run. Not sure that I buy this or like this scenario just yet, but it's something that we're going to be watching carefully. Robin Ford, Nadia Lambert, La Fuertecita. Good to have you. Diana New York, Lori Ralph. We are not far from Lake Marion County Live. We got you, Sue Ellen Pistorius and Karen Cochran. So that's a kind of a, there's your look there. So let's go through, let me show you the multiple waves, kind of going back and forth between just the overnight. So the first wave, you can see it in the morning, and then that one kind of falls apart, and then a new wave develops and runs from Ocala to the Village, just kind of sits there along that front until a little piece of energy comes across. Typically, when we see situations like this, there's some pretty significant rainfall. Somebody gets hit pretty hard. Sandy Peliquin, good to have you. Luis Chris Kreider, Marie Sophia, stay safe and you're welcome. Carrie Hill has popped in. Again, the updated rainfall forecast as of 6 o'clock. Higher, west, still pretty decent. Back to the east. Leonard Blackburn, good to have you. Mayra, good to have you. 12 to 8, Deborah Clinton for the first wave, and then there's another wave that comes in the afternoon. So there's different pieces of energy that are coming in. So there's the it doesn't do a good job with the first piece. It kind of washes it on out, and I'm not buying that just yet. I think there's going to be one piece of energy between 12 and 2, and then another piece of energy coming in between about 3 and 5. That drops south and then gets reinvigorated by a little piece of energy that comes in off the Gulf. And look at that rain. That's a lot of rain, and we can use that. There you go. Take the rain, but no destruction. Sean, well said. Hail is a possibility. Greater chances for hail up north. Brian Fischetti is in the house. Joe Hernandez. Beautiful out tonight, says Joe Marie. Laura Madrano. Sunday's looking good, especially if you're up north. All right, so we'll go ahead and jump ahead there. This is the Storms Prediction Center. During the day on Friday, that front kind of sits overhead, slowly sags southward. And there you go. Danielle Ulino, good to have you. Heather Elizabeth. Worst time frame for Cocoa and Port St. John. It's probably going to be late morning on into the afternoon. Late morning on into the afternoon. Popka is going to be, right around 7 to about noon. So there you go. Leah Greco. There could be a tornado watch during the afternoon. Absolutely. At the very least, a severe thunderstorm. The tornado threat during the day is not at 5%. It's at 2%, which is a little bit lower, but still there. And then the wind concern, which was 15% for overnight tonight and tomorrow, drops down to about 10% as we go from 8 a.m. Friday to about 8 p.m. on Saturday. So there you go. And then the hail probability still there at about 15%. So there you go. It's kind of a look at what we got right there. Well, boom. Let me see one other thing here real quick. Hail. That's got to be tweaked. I see a mistake. All right, so I'll take care of that. So impact day 2, which would be basically Friday night onto the Saturday. Brian, do you need me? No. Okay, yeah, I am. Nuri, good to have you there. Tara Brown has popped in. So there's your storm impacts for Friday. Strong winds are high. Severe winds at a medium threat right now. Tornado threats low, and the large hail concerns are also in the medium range. So forecast highs tomorrow with cloud showers and storms coming in. Any risk for Saturday for tornadoes? Jess, there is a risk. It's lower at about 2%, but still there. Maria Santana. Hope to see you again. Maria. Thank you. No tornado watches for now. No tornado watches. Brian Gonzalez. Robin Hunter. Gaya Atkinson. Girasoli, good to have you. Golf outlook for Saturday morning. Saturday morning does not look good. And I'm going to get into that right now. Highs tomorrow. Low 80s north, mid 80s south. So here's a look now at Saturday. You can see the showers and the storms still around. And then as this front finally gets pushed southward on Sunday, things will begin to dry out from north to south. Chris, good to have you. Rosie Martinez, buenos noches. Tara Brown, worst time for Orange City. I think late morning on into the afternoon, as I'm seeing it now. GFS rainfall here through Monday, not as high as the RPM Futurecast model, but still healthy, 1 to 2 inches. The European computer model. Tomorrow you will get showers and storms. Yes, you will, especially late morning on into the afternoon over there in Brevard County. Alwyn and Vanessa, good to have you join. Clinitz, Heather. No, there's going to be lightning, Heather Miller. There will be plenty of lightning. DeLand, Fawn, DeLand looks good for rain. In fact, we go through this hour by hour. Let me show you this. All right, so here's what we got going on. We have a tornado warning right here. Perry County. There's that line. And that's building due east. There's your tornado watch. Chiefland, the Gainesville, north of Palm Coast, actually, just north of Palm Coast. It's right on the county border there between Palm Coast and St. Augustine. Eric Kinder, good to have you. Thank you for popping in and saying hi and being with us tonight. But you can see a good-looking line or nasty-looking line, depending upon what your perspective is, of these showers and these storms right there. So there you go. Oh, that was pretty impressive right in there. So the shear Let's see if we loop this. See pockets of shear right in there, and then pockets of shear right there. As this line of storms, remember the velocity product shows us what the winds are doing, so that's why I'm looking at that right now. I will be here tomorrow, yes. I'm going to do a handoff with Amy this morning. Kyle's going to join her as well, and then we'll go from there. So through 8 a.m., there you go. Scattered severe storms. Isolated. Kissimmee, Winter Haven, back towards Cocoa. Tracy McCabe coming in from the Midwest. It's going to be a little bumpy. Is there such a thing as normal anywhere? Shout out to your, there you go, your days in Charleston. Allison Shep, good to have you, my friend up there in West Virginia. All right, so let's take a look now at the weekend. So there you go. There's Saturday. Showers and storms front arrives Sunday and clears us out. So the rainfall chances will be going down from north to south on Saturday and Sunday. There you go. 50% chance for showers and storms Saturday. A 30% chance for showers and storms on Sunday. So there you go. Jennifer, good to have you. Thank you for. So let me just do this here real quick, and then I'll get back to Marion County. There's the front drop in south, so we'll get a couple quiet days, Sunday late through Wednesday. One thing in the tropics that I did want to highlight for you guys, not in the Atlantic, but in the Pacific, just to kind of show you what's going on. The National Hurricane Center is giving this particular feature here in the Pacific, and this is going to be moving west, a 40% chance for developing. Again, that is a couple weeks ahead of schedule. Pacific hurricane season begins on May the 15th, so already showing signs of activity there. Not what you want to hear. For Claremont, overnight tonight, there is the chance for a tornado watch, yes, but that will not likely be issued until after midnight tonight. So just make sure you have those weather radios ready to go. So impact icons for both Friday and Saturday, as there will be the risk for strong to severe storms both Friday and at least the first half of Saturday. Ivy Sauls is in. Mary Beth Boudreau. We got Francis Loyacano just popped in, so let's recap that. A lot of new faces coming in. So here's what we've got going on. Lilith hurricane season is going to be. Let's hope that we start off a lot of bad prospects and then it kind of peters on out. So got a line of showers and storms. We're watching this little area in here, but this becomes the bigger issue as we get into the morning hours tomorrow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This cluster of storms is going to shoot across. This front in here is actually going to stall out, which leaves us the opportunity for more showers and storms on Saturday. Let me show you this. So this cluster is coming through now. Tail end of it will likely sweep through our northern counties, and then this becomes the main game after 3 a.m. in the morning and through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. There you go. At the top of the blood bugs. There we go. Blood bugs are back. I noticed that today. Lauren Kamea, thank you. Happy birthday to Gerardo, who apparently is celebrating a birthday. Feed's going by really fast, Gerardo. Sorry you didn't see that there earlier. Always cover every county. That's what we do with these Facebook Live updates. But you can see a pretty intense line of storms here. If I switch it on over to the Tampa Bay radar, you can see how that line comes clear across to the south. And notice what's happening here. Instead of doing this, it's beginning to bend because there's a big ridge of high pressure. So this is starting to slow down a little bit as it moves to the east. And that's what we were waiting on to see what would happen with that. So the RPM model, you got it, Franny. Emily West has popped in. Here's what we got right there. So that really peters out that line. I'm not buying that. I think there will be showers and storms in Marion County by about midnight, and then a new line coming in probably right around 5 o'clock in the morning there, and including Palm Coast, and then dropping south throughout the morning. Don Lutomsky, John Witt, Zashi's in the house. Wish it stormed here like it does in the mid. Ooh, it's some rough stuff out there. Crystal Elizabeth, Peter Jorgen Hansen from Nebraska has popped on in. Peter, good to have you, my friend. Any ties to Central Florida, by the way? And obviously, we don't get the tornadoes that you guys get out there. We get tornadoes, but not of as you know, the severity, those wedge tornadoes you guys sometimes get out there. So there's the afternoon. And you can see as one peters on out, a new one fires on up. And you can see how that brings a good amount of rain all across Central Florida. Annie, good to have you. Sherry Budnick. Conversation is way more sane than you just never know what you're going to get. Sue Ellen, David and Nicole Arietti. Tornado threat for me. Tornado threat is there. It's we take a look at that severe risk here. Through 8 a.m., scattered severe storms are expected in the yellow. Isolated severe storms are expected in the green. So let's equate that to percents. In the yellow, you have a 5% chance for a tornado to occur, which is low, but there. From Orlando on south and east, it drops down to 2% low, but again, still there. Tomorrow afternoon, the worst of the weather certainly appears to be on the western side of the peninsula. That's not to say that nothing isn't going to happen on the eastern side, just FYI. Tricia Lenneman, good to have you. Thanks for popping in. So that is a look at the damaging wind assessment now, right there at 15%. From Ocala to Palm Coast to Daytona Beach, just FYI. Storm impact, stormy night after midnight. Stormy night after midnight, except if you live in Marion County, I think, and even Flagler. I think it'll come in a little bit sooner. But again, weather radios save lives, especially at night when we're all at sleep. So there you go, just FYI. Strong winds, severe winds, tornado threat, hail threat, high, medium, low, medium, just FYI. There you go. That's a look at what we got right there. Again, the storm timeline is a little unique for Marion County because they're actually going to get this line coming in around 11 or 12, and then another line coming in around 4 or 5 in the morning, and then dropping back towards the east. So it's kind of a 1-2 punch up there in Marion County, and then everything kind of drops a little bit to the south. And what I mean by that is if I show this to you again, let me do this. Let me show you the wide shot here first of all. So there's that leading edge. Models are just kind of killing that thing. I'm not buying that. I think it's going to come right across. So I think we'll get one round in around 11 to 12 up north. And then the main line begins to take over. And this is the one that drops south through the morning hours. And then we get a lot of very heavy rain as we go through the day on Friday. Some embedded strong to severe storms certainly still possible there. I might get a little bit of a breather Friday night. First half of Saturday, then Saturday afternoon, depending how far south this front pushes, the northern sections of our viewing area might be okay, but I'm still not convinced that Orlando South is not going to see any strong to severe storms come Saturday afternoon. Fonda, you're welcome. Karen Black, Alachua County. Alachua County, you're under a tornado watch. So I think between now and midnight, you are going to get a cluster of storms come on through, and then another round coming through prior to daybreak. Daytona should do pretty good, Brandy. Going to get a couple rounds of showers and storms. Tiffany, you know I am. I'm here for you guys. You guys rely on us, and we're going to be here for you. It's as simple as that. All right, so the RPM, for those of you just getting in, let me show this to you one more time. There's a look there. Boom. There it is, dropping south. Big cluster of showers and storms right there. Just like that. So you can see how things are looking to play out here. I'll be here, Francis. I'm going to hand off to Amy and Kyle. They'll be rolling in around 2:30 in the morning, just FYI. We never leave a weather center unattended when there's the risk for severe weather. That's how we roll. Happy birthday, Asmi and Lara. Brandon James, you got it, my friend. Jackie Cassidy, Leesburg here. Thank you. You're welcome. Alwyn, timeline is a little unique here because I believe that Marion County will get hit 2 times overnight tonight. What do I mean by that? When you take a look at the radar, Jill Peckman Peterson. There's the first line of storms. There's a tornado watch just north of Marion County. So this cluster of storms here hasn't fallen apart, still holding together. So I think we get some action here. And then as we pull this on out, and that'll come in around, see, it's already 9 o'clock. That'll be coming in around 11 o'clock in Marion County. You can see a little cluster of storms trying to build back towards the coast there of Flagler County, kind of back building, very interesting. And then notice the tail end here. This is linking up with what is an evolving mesoscale convective cluster. And this is the one that's going to bring us, I think, some issues as we go through the morning hours. So that's what we're going to be watching again very carefully. Weather tuning is the best. There you go. Yep. Midland Weather Radio. That's the one I like. Tara Lynn Tootle, you definitely do the best one. Yeah. Yep. There we go, Franny. We got you. Asmi, happy birthday. So there, kind of a 1-2 punch. So we got another brand new tornado warning. Dang. And that is getting awfully close to Alachua County, by the way. There's Gainesville. So that's going to more due east. So there's the tornado watch. And you can see here the storm's building south. So this is going to clip the northern sections here. That's why I think Marion and Flagler will get some showers and storms. I think you'll likely just miss, at least I'm hoping, the worst of the action here, as this will hopefully go by just to the north. But you can see brand new severe thunderstorm warning already being issued for the west coast of Florida. And then when you take a look at the Tampa Bay radar, you can see why. Here's that line of showers and storms. I think there's a good chance we'll be under a tornado watch overnight tonight across a good chunk of central Florida as that next wave comes at us, around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. This first wave is coming at us right now, and that's a nasty looking cell right there. And that's kind of dropping off towards the east-southeast. So we're going to have to watch that there, again, very carefully. There's the velocity product. There's the SRV. And there you go. Boom. Oh, yeah, that's popping up. Look, there it is on the Tampa Bay radar. And that is moving. That's moving east-southeast, folks. You look at that cell, and that's dropping this way. So that's what we're going to have to watch right there. That is dropping due south. That's the Tampa Bay radar. Doesn't show up as well on the velocity product there with Jacksonville. There's our radar. You can see those storms just beginning to come into our EEC radar. And interesting to notice here in Palm Coast, look at those cells. It just blew up right along the coast right there, just offshore. Those are some pretty good storms right there. That's correct, Danny. Daniel Lynn. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot to watch here with these tornado warnings. There's absolutely no doubt about that. There's the Jacksonville. And there's the Tampa Bay. And if you look at the Tampa Bay velocity product, I mean, that shows up pretty nicely, actually. Right in there. Right there. Kind of see it right in there. Boom. So let's look at what we got right there. Right there. So let's look at that. There you go. So that's the Tampa Bay radar. And use the Jacksonville. There you go. Just kind of bumping off to the east-northeast here. Hmm. There it is, right in that little couplet. Boom. So we're going to watch that one there because that has the potential to get pretty close to the northern reaches of our viewing area. So that's something we'll be watching. Watching it very carefully. You can see the whole line when you do it this way. A lot of you are asking some very good questions there. Kind of clean this one up here. Boom. See, that's just kind of, there's that warning. Boom. Right in there. Looks like it wants to go off towards the east-southeast. So I'm going to have to watch that very carefully for the evening hours. Might get a quick little shot there. Sometimes these can curve off towards the east-southeast, and even though the tornado watch does not include Marion and Flagler County, something we're going to be watching, and of course we'll bring you updates tonight at 10, and of course at 11. But you can see that line is cranking across there pretty quick. There you go. Boom. There it is right there. And you can see a couple fast-moving clusters of storms. So wave after wave. So that's why we got to be ready. There's that tornado watch. Making some updates right there. I see Brown, Ernesto. Ernesto, is there any way to make it? See, is my audio not? Hold on. No, it's pretty good actually. My audio is pretty good. It's probably just me. I just probably need to speak up. So there you go. Teresa McCabe. There's our big storm system. You can see some jet energy right in here. This is going to sweep right across us. Some jet energy right now, sweeping across northern Florida. And then another piece of energy dropping on in as we get you on this Saturday. So we're going to be busy for a little stretch here. Here's that tornado watch right there. Tornado watch, tornado warning. Again, right in there. Boom. Tampa Bay. See, it shows up there very distinctly. Boom. Look at that. And it's interesting because when you look at this product, where there's an uptick in lightning, we know that from many papers that people do, and research shows that when there's an uptick in lightning, that does correlate to tornadic activity. So it's just another tip, another thing that we can use to kind of focus in on these storms as they develop. So just an FYI on that. And there's a look at our radar right there. Might go ahead and let's see here. MCO. Do this one at EC velocity. Oh. So there we go. It's pretty good rain as well. So yeah, that's pretty impressive storm. All right, let me go through the timeline here one more time. Again, the timeline is interesting because there's going to be a couple waves. First one coming through here between now and about midnight, and then another line that's developing out here. That's the one that comes through a little bit later on. The first wave is not being picked up by many of our short-range computer models, and let me go over that here for you. See, it doesn't even pick it up. Picks up the main line. HRRR, I'm trying to latch onto it. 230 is still too late. It's a little bit better than the RPM rapid precision model, but that kind of gives you an idea as to what we're dealing with here. See, the RPM doesn't even pick up the first wave that's coming ashore. It's not even there. There's a line of storms and a tornado watch up in here, and it's not even being picked up by this particular model, that's not good. So take that with a grain of salt. Terry Suzanne Lewis, John Bartlett, Cameron Justice, John Parker, sharing this to my contacts. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. Sharing is caring is our motto. You can see the showers and storms kind of lingering and sticking around during the day on Friday, dumping a boatload of rain. Very windy. That's partly due to the system to your west and partly due to the storms to your east. Updated rainfall forecast, very impressive here, especially along and west of I-4. 1 to 3 inches of rain. It's pretty impressive. Watching from Northeast Tennessee, Thomas Perry, thank you. Appreciate you, bud, as always. All right, so breaking down the severe risk through daybreak. Scattered severe storms in the yellow, isolated severe storms in the green. And then we take a look at these impacts again. The tornado threat is there, but it's low, and there is a chance we could be put under a tornado watch. Certainly at least a severe thunderstorm watch, but the way things have been going, I'd err more on this side of a tornado watch, just based on that, the upper lead jet core winds and stuff like that. So there's a look now at the severe risk during the day on Friday, on into early Saturday morning as of right now. Yellow, scattered severe storms. Green, isolated severe storms. So again, a lot of ground to cover there, and a lot of weather going to be happening between now and Saturday afternoon. Look at these temps tomorrow, mid-80s just about everywhere. Then when we take a look at the updated 7-day forecast, here you go. It does get better Sunday afternoon from north to south. I think by the afternoon, most of us hopefully will be in good shape. But yellow impact icons for Friday and Saturday indicating the risk for strong to severe storms both Friday and potentially on into the first half of Saturday. We'll continue to update that there for you as we go through the next 12 to 24 hours. All right, gang, I am going to make some massive updates here based on these radar trends. I will be back on the air tonight at 10 on the CW18 and, of course, West 2 News at 11. Keeping an eye on that tornado warning cell northwest of Gainesville as that builds off towards the east, maybe the east-southeast. I'll have an update on that for you as well coming up tonight at 10 and 11. Again, sharing is caring. Have those weather radios going by sharing these Facebook Live feeds to your loved ones and your friends. We kind of put everybody in the weather know, and that's the key to doing these things, and also helping you out sometimes when we're in a normal environment with no COVID. You guys have busy schedules. You don't always catch the early newscast in the evening, so we do these at night where you can watch them on your phone or wherever. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys run. Thanks for popping in and getting the update on this active weather pattern. I'll be on the air tonight at 10 and 11 with the very latest information that I'm seeing. Take care, guys, and stay safe.